Hello Twitch, and hello to you too, YouTube. Whoa, I'm a little bit close to the camera. I've changed the position of it, you'll notice, because I wasn't quite happy about sharing the bald spot on the top of my head while I'm sculpting every week. Let's get some music on. Still not in a good position, is it? Oh, there we go. That's a bit better. Alright, let's try a couple of new tracks like I do every week. Never usually any good, but there we go. Hello G user. Hello Siddharth Paul, Mike B. Tomlinson, Yen Wheaton. Actually early. Don't like that one. I'm a bit too side on here, aren't I? I've got a hair tutorial on YouTube. Maybe check that out. Even more side on that. I don't know what to do with you. I'll be alright. Side on's better than top down. What's the volume levels like? I didn't really get a chance to test it out. Oh, nice, good. Right, so let's start transforming this now. I'm quite sick at the minute, by the way. I'm really not doing great. So I might be a bit slow, I might not be very chatty. Hello Craig Kelly. Katie Beresford. Yeah, I just explained how things are. Not great. I've had a chest infection all week. No, sorry, I don't like dubstep. Hello Maud. I don't use Marvelous. I don't use Marvelous Designer, and also I also create tutorials for ZBrush and Photoshop. Try and restrict to those two apps anyway. Oh, look at that. Third time in a row the brows are pretty much spot on already. I have indeed had my haircut. Right. Hello, Damien. I'm sorry about the coughing, by the way. It just occurred to me that that probably sounds horrible down the microphone. I've not stopped coughing for like maybe a week actually. It kind of started in during the stream last week. So I've grabbed the body from the other sculpt that I was doing recently, that I've just recently been working on, which was done from scratch, and I'm probably going to connect this at the neck. Yep, that makes the most sense. I'll get rid of that. Now it looks really weird because the proportions are all skewy. But we'll sort that out in a moment. Look how big her head is. Oh, it looks like it isn't. Oh no, maybe it is. I'm not sure this is symmetrical. Oh yeah, that was only one track. Let's get a playlist going. I'm not authorized. What do you mean? Has it logged me out? Come on. Hello, Spectre Dave. Sorry again for the coughing. Lemsip. You don't understand how many Lemsips I've had this week. I think I might die if I had another one. Yeah, so it wasn't exactly symmetrical. Right, what I might do then. Bit better. Now, Siren always has, well, quite often has pretty big hands, and this is no exception. Oh no. I'll try that again in a sec. No, the concept artist is written right there. Siren, I'd be surprised if you haven't seen her work before. She's awesome. Incredible artist. If you haven't seen her work, definitely go and check it out. She's quite easily one of my favourite artists. How do you approach the block out? Well, I'm not blocking anything out in these live streams anymore. I'm just morphing one character into the next. But I guess that's something I'll go over in a future tutorial. When do you eat? I block out with primitives. If you watch, I mean, I've got tons of streams where I do it. I would say no one should use a base mesh until they know how to do it without. That's just my opinion though. I'm not claiming to have the right answer. I'm just a peasant with a chest infection. Oh. Is the coughing like really annoying? I feel like I should turn my microphone down. Well, sorry, I'm not with it. Just getting reference. I actually almost didn't stream today. Last night I was still really ill. Well, I've built everything from scratch as well up until about, well, apart from client work, because client work it's less about understanding the forms and more about saving time. But since I've started this morphing stuff it's quite nice. What it allows me to do is focus more time on my end game and less time on the stuff that I've done over and over again for the past 4 years, which is nice because I'm practicing stuff that I don't normally get a chance to practice as much. Can you tell us a story? How did you learn it? Or not? Not in not right now. Ask me again at some other point. I'm sorry, I'm just really not in the chattiest of moods today. And that would be quite something seriously not right with this torso. It's my job to suss it out. I've been practicing for 4 years. Hi, Nicholas Gill. Should work on the head a little bit, I think. Let's get rid of that. I did learn Maya from the start. By the way, Spectre Dave, I'm not ignoring you. I just don't really have a comment on what you're saying. Yeah, I started off learning box modeling at first, which was pretty good for teaching me topology. And understanding that the value of like working with lower subdivision levels, which I think gets lost a lot with things like Dynamesh. People think Dynamesh is the answer to everything. I don't agree. I mean, each to their own. I very much believe it's each to their own. I think people would have an easier time if they started retopologizing the meshes instead of relying on Dynamesh all the time. Not there. Oh. Really struggling here. Silly really, because all this is going to get covered up by clothing anyway. Which is why I'm going to move on to the head in a minute. Ugh. Just made a mess of this. No, box modelling doesn't need to be learned. Well, actually saying that, like to do characters I don't think it needs to be learned. But it's useful for a lot of stuff. I'm not like, it's less about box modelling, more about the concepts you learn when you do it. That's what's been lost in my opinion, but like it really is each to their own. If you can get the job done liquidate subdivision levels, then do that. Oh, I've made a total crappy mess of this mesh. I feel like I was closer right at the beginning. Do you know what? I'm gonna get rid of all that and just start working on the head. How can you teach us to know everything? Might have to improve the topology on this. In this sculpt. Oh, excuse me. What am I most confident at in general pipeline? Sculpting. It's the thing I do the most by far. Ow. 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 Thanks, Mad. Hi, Russia. How's it going? I would recommend learning to sculpt in ZBrush. I mean, like I've said several times already in the stream, each to their own, but and I am also currently streaming to Pixelogic, to Pixelogic's Twitch channel, so take that bias for what it's worth. But ask me after the stream and I'll say the same thing. Hello, Jamie. No, I'm not. I'm actually really poorly at the minute. How about you? Hopefully I'll be able to do the the Friday night rave stream again tonight, though. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Actually, it's not hurting my chest as much anymore. It was in the week. Like, it's definitely chest infection level of cough, but it's on the mend now, at least. It's worse at night when you try. I would be woken up by such a sharp, intense need to cough. Horrible. So you're not getting a weekend, you're working, are you? Good luck, man. Good luck. Oh gosh. Music. Oh, do I need to put more music that I don't enjoy listening to on again? I might put on some copyright music again like I did last week. There was no complaints. Come back. I know. Just listen to this for a bit first. Okay, thanks for popping by, Manny. Appreciate it. Don't work too hard. Hello, Sven. How's it going, man? It has been a while. Yeah, I'm struggling today. Struggling. Be alright. We'll get through this. Oh, I'm glad it can be of some use. Can you have an online radio station as background? That massively depends on, like, if they play copyrighted music which goes against YouTube's policy, then you're gonna get copyright strikes and stuff. So yeah, it massively depends, that, to be honest. Argentina, wow. God, this is kind of wish I'd started from scratch a bit. I feel like this base mesh has gone a bit skewy, but it might be good practice to fix it. Also. Oh, excuse me. Knock knock. I don't know what FYP means, but cool. It isn't actually a cough, it's a chest infection, and the cough is present in order to clear out the chest, the infection. So actually dealing with actually trying to deal with the cough in that way would be counterproductive. And probably futile. But again, I do apologise about the cough. am from the UK. Beer. No, I tried beer. Got to sleep, but the next morning I would recommend trying to do realistic humans first. Or at least like referencing realistic for whatever it is you're working on, at least. Would you ever do an artist meet and greet session? Does that just mean like meeting up in a pub or something? And getting ratted? What does that entail? Liking the new camera angle. Excuse me. Yeah, well, when I was editing the video for the time lapse, I realised how visible my bald spot was on top of my head. So obviously I needed to deal with that. So now I've got like an arm that I put my tablet on. I just brought that into the studio. Yeah. Oh, I can even look at the screen. Hey. Are you working by standing? Yes, as you could probably tell just then. Why? Because it's just better for you, and I get really I feel really like, yeah, I don't like sitting down for like really long periods of time, which I was doing before I was able to stand up. Hello, dead end. Excuse me, sorry. because he isn't sitting down. Thanks, Spectre. Which character did you work on for the longest time? Actually, it was a set of 4 characters that I did. Which I can... Oh no, I can't show you because I've deleted them off the internet. I made 4 characters for my dissertation at uni. And I basically spent the entire academic year on those. They were all quite similar characters. Does ZBrush have screencast keys? I don't know what that means. Oh right. Oh yeah, you can get that, but I don't for a start I don't think that'll bring me more views. But also a lot of my shortcuts are custom shortcuts anyway, and like I'm pressing keys like way too quick for you to... That sounds like I'm up myself. But I'm pressing the buttons way too quick for you to read them on the screen. But yeah, more importantly is that the keys that I am pressing are largely custom hotkeys. Can you draw good on paper? No, but I have started drawing every day. It was my New Year's resolution to draw every day, in order to get good at drawing, and I feel like I've improved so far. But it has been more than 3 weeks. There's a little bit of, you know, like noob gains and all that. Oh, right. Oh, I think I know what you mean now, actually. They do stay up for a little while, don't they? Well, like I said, I just don't think it would be useful. I think it'd just clutter the screen up even more than it already is. Because, like, I can't even remember which of my keys are custom as well, and which aren't. It happens all the time. Someone on YouTube will say, like, what's the shortcut for this? And then I'll tell them. And they're like, what do you mean? It's not even working. I'm just like, what? Try again. Works for me. No, the ceiling is low. I am in a... I don't know what it is. It's not a shed, because we do have a shed as well. And this is built out of bricks, and it's been converted. It's got like insulated walls and insulated ceiling and floor and everything. But I'm basically in the back garden. I'm in a building in the back garden. This is no more obvious than when so if we take a little tour. If I show you the door, you'll see that's the part of the room that has yet to be upgraded, shall we say. Are you ready? Boom, look at that door. Yes. Well, yeah, I used to call it an outhouse, but then I think people like think I'm then working in a toilet. I might have to hire a proper office soon, though. We're getting this. We're getting an inkling that our landlord wants us to move out. I hope not, because I paid for this conversion, and that was only a year ago. That's the risk you take. Use a regular house as an office. No. I used to, if that's what you're saying, and it is not good. But to be honest, even being away from the house it's still like too easy to get back into the house, if that makes sense. Like, I do need to go and rent a real office at some point. Oh, right, okay. Oh, I wouldn't do that. It's a lot cheaper to rent an office. Especially just for one person. Maybe that's what it is. Like, if it's just for one person, like maybe for a team, it would be a bit more worthwhile. What is your goal with drawing on this program? I have no idea what that question means. I feel like my goal at this moment in time is like very obvious by the concept sitting in the top left corner. Maybe you can't see it properly. Oh, my landlord's really happy with is knows like what I'm doing and everything. Oh yeah, no, why do I feel like... No, those shoulders are too high. Yeah, no, I'll lift them a little bit. Oh no, it's something a bit more private than that. There's oh, it's really boring. It's a condensation issue. Let's not get into it. It's really boring. How much is it to rent an office? Oh, it varies. I don't know. When I was last looking, I was looking to rent a shared office, but I don't think I'd want to do that now. How much was it for that? Can't remember. It was super cheap though. Yeah, no, I can't even begin to answer that question. I think I'm about a year away from doing it though. I'm just hanging for another year in this difficult to work in environment. You've been told it's quite expensive to live in London. You've been lied to. Quite is definitely the wrong adjective though. It is exceedingly expensive to live in London. I know maybe close to 10 people from London. Every single one of them has moved out. Not to discourage you, but because it's... Oh no, apart from one. There's one person that that still lives there. But everyone's moved away because it costs too much to live there. And one of those people owns a solar panel business, and he's moved out of London. Yeah, water build-up condensation, yeah. Are there any rules to prevent you sleeping in an office and thus having cheap housing? Yeah, I imagine there's that goes against sort of planning permission rules or something. If it's in a habitable state. I mean, I'm not... Oh, how long has symmetry been turned off? Hate it when that happens. So I actually made... So that one friend that still lives in London, I actually made him feel a bit sick the other week when I explained that how much I pay for our 3-bedroomed house with a big garden, a big shed, a big converted outhouse, bathroom and everything, obviously, blah blah blah. Cost something like half the price of his like 1-bedroom apartment or something. That's how crazy it's. I'm in a particularly cheap area as well, though, I should say. Like, we live in like quite a remote location. Pretty much for that reason, to be honest. There's something seriously not working with this body. Turn that off for a bit, it's distracting me. It's going to take a lot and backwards and forwards on these lips, I think. Hello, Robin Lench. Good, thanks. How are you? Actually, what am I talking about? I'm not good at all. I'm horrible. You'll hear me cough soon, and then you'll be like, "Why did he say he's all right? He's quite clearly not." Did you ever do a full body retop or top? That's what I'm working on at the minute. In fact, I wanted to be releasing it like really soon, but because I've been so ill, I've been ill twice this month. Like really suffering this month. It's gonna be a little bit later, but that is coming next. Looks like the sun is shining out. Yeah, no, the sun definitely isn't particularly shining. It is. It's just it's kind of light outside, and I have got quite a few lights on and all the monitors. Love to see me sculpt a full body. Where were you when I sculpted this body? Not Oh, it looks pretty awful right now, but... And this was... Oh, you just said, didn't you? You haven't been watching the streams for a while. The sun never shines in the UK. It's always raining. Oh no. Did I start with a base mesh? When I originally started this body, I didn't start with a base mesh. But I didn't start this body with this character. I've started like morphing a character from one week to the next. This body needs a lot of work though, which is going to be done tonight, in tonight's stream. I think I will continue with the Friday night rave stream. Yeah, Stylized is pretty difficult. Any tips on learning that stylized look? Like what stylized look? Stylized is quite a, yeah, I mean, is a very ambiguous word. I don't think you could get any more ambiguous, to be honest. No, you very much need to know anatomy. You'll not get away without knowing anatomy. To be honest, it's hard to really... The way I learned how to do this sort of style was I studied pretty intensely Disney characters, how you have I guess pointed out, as well as Pixar characters and DreamWorks characters and Illumination Entertainment characters. I studied them quite closely for 18 months for my dissertation at uni, and that's kind of where I've come from. But to be honest, most of it's just practice. Most of it's just learning to feel when something's right, which only comes from experience. Which sucks. But Are you a freelancer? I'm gonna say no. I used to be. No, I don't even know what I'd describe myself as. A DOS about. A DOS artist. I always have a looming sense of this doesn't look right with every model I create. Yeah, that never really goes away. I'm sorry to inform you. Well, no, that's not right. That's not true. You do get that. No, this is what I was looking for. This is where I wanted it to be. And then you work on it for a bit longer, and then you get that feeling, oh, I've ballsed it up again. It's just getting it as close to this is where I want it to be as possible. Like now, I'm looking at these eyes. This connection here and thinking it doesn't look right, and then I'll fix it, and then I'll work over here, and then this won't look right again, and then I'll fix that, and then yeah, it's constant battle. Just pulled up some of her other characters to reference. I think she would benefit from a rounded jaw and the ear pulling forward a little bit. Did you retopple the body already? I did. Oh, ow, that one hurt. Oh. I know what you mean, Katie. No worries. No worries, Matt. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, the reference is from Instagram. Oh, yeah, you've seen it. Good. I'm gonna start the her, I think. Yes, I call it her. Leave me alone. Do you always or needed to retopologize all of your sculpts and pose it in Maya, or is it directly posed inside ZBrush? It depends. I have done both several times. It really depends. Like, you can do both successfully. There's no right or wrong way. There's no right or wrong answer to that. tiny bit too big. It does feel a bit more serene now, with bigger eyes. Feels a bit better. Do you use the same material of the eyes from the body? No, I use a toy plastic for the eyes to give it that nice highlight while I'm working on it. I think you should pause this and drink water. You have a very dry cough. It isn't a cough, it's a chest infection. But thanks. Hey, did you add reference image on the ZBrush screen? Yeah, I use Spotlight. Sorry about the coughing, I do apologise. How do you keep the nice forms on such low topology? What do you mean? Like, when I go down to the lower subdivision levels, I don't have... Oh, well, I guess because I retopologized it. And to follow the forms that I want it to. If you watch my head retopology video on YouTube, I explain it in a lot more detail there. feels like oh, excuse me. Oh no, the eyeball looks to be an alright size actually. Just thinking out loud at this point. Oh, I'm getting that siren feel a little bit now. I'll lose that though. I'll definitely lose that at some point. Just savour it while it lasts. For the image you could use PureRef, yeah. That's actually what I'm using right now for all my other references. So there's some more. These are on a separate monitor. Here's some more. Oh no, I can't show that one because it shows boobies and stuff. Go get some tea. No. Look, it's a chest infection, it's not a cough. Oh, thanks, Robin Lynch. I would say yeah, separating stuff out into pieces is a really good idea. It's what I do whenever I create stuff from scratch. I find it to be a good way to proceed, but you know, each to their own. At what point do you combine them, and wouldn't that mean a full retopper? Well no, because they've both got topology roughly how I want it anyway. I could just combine it now, to be honest. I'll probably need to match up the number of edges. I need to count them, but but yeah. Yeah, bridge the edges, yeah. I don't really use Dynamesh much at all, to be honest. I generally just use Dynamesh to merge everything together. And then go and retopologize it, generally speaking. Ginger. No, you see, this is the thing. Like, because it's a chest infection, I want to get rid of everything. Like, I want to cough stuff up. Like, coughing is what I want. Well, it's not, but it's the only way forward. Soothing it isn't necessarily going to be helpful. Long term. Does make for a more annoying stream though, I do apologise. I have been learning ZBrush for 4 years. I'm using Dynamesh now, I suppose, while I block out a shape. I generally don't use Dynamesh for more intricate stuff like bodies. This hair is going to take a significant amount of time. That I can assure you. Press Y, that jumps between, toggles between them. Like I say, it's each to their own with Dynamesh. There's no right and wrong answer. That's the key take home, I think. You only do character concept modelling? Yeah. Unless, like, the character wants a pair of sunglasses or something, then I'll do some sunglass sculpting. You know? That was a joke. Seems the music has stopped. Right, do I clear the room and put on more dance music? Make things a bit more quieter in here? Do you retopple your Oh, you've been feeling ill as well. Dead end. It's rubbish, isn't it? Oh, there is definitely swearing in that one. Well, you weren't expecting Indian music. Alright, Danny, the set subtool is button is for set subtool. Where's that? My answer at the minute is I don't know. Don't even know what that button is. Upper left hand corner. Oh, I think that might be a plugin. Yeah, it's a plugin. I don't know. I've never used it. I don't know. It's not something I want to start. It's part of a plugin called Nix Tools, though, which I would recommend because there's tons of like little buttons that just do loads of random stuff. Worth checking out for sure. Nix Tools, it's called. But yeah, sorry, I don't actually know because I haven't used it. I think I put it on. I would have put it on my UI to remind me to test what that did, and I've just completely forgot it was on my UI until you said. I probably thought it was interesting when I first read what it did, but I've clearly forgotten about it. Right, I've got a problem here because I want to do this hair, but oh, I know what I can do. What? How do you start your models? Z-sphere presets. So the head, I mean, I've just started using my own base meshes, kind of like morphing from one character to the next. But that's a really new thing for me. I used to do everything just from like primitives. Where? Two secs. Right, I don't need to work on that. This is what I'm doing. For a regular character. Well, do you mean at the high poly version or the low poly? I've got, in total, everything that you can see, and everything that you can't see as well. So I've got 2 bodies, 2 sets of eyes, some extra eyelashes. In fact, I've got a few sets of eyes. Let's delete some. And I'm on 2.5 million. I would always recommend getting the original artist permission beforehand. I always do that. I actually got Cyrene's permission over a year ago, so I hope that I hope it still stands. But she did tell me that she's always happy with fan art as long as it's not commercial and all that stuff. Well, the finished version, it so depends. As long as you allow them to use it. Oh, I wouldn't. I'd be wanting to get paid if we're going to use my work. Fan art or not. Oh, sorry, I didn't see your message there, but yeah, what Dead End said. Thanks for responding. Well, if the artist doesn't respond, then I don't know. Like, you've got to make a call at that point. Like, for what it's worth, I've never had an artist tell me they're not happy with me doing it. But disclaimer, like, that doesn't mean all artists think that. And also see if anyone else has worked from their concepts before and like it's been alright. When you hit Polymesh 3D, okay, so what happens when you hit Polymesh 3D is so watch up here. Okay, let me just get rid of that to make this. Oh, that is already. Okay. Okay, so let me do that again. I don't think it matters. Right, so say your tool palette looks like this, and you hit make Polymesh 3D. You've come into this new one down here, and to get to your old one, you just got to go up here, and then what you can do is insert that, and this here correlates with this up here. So you're just inserting that back in, basically. Oh, mention the artist everywhere I possibly can. So their work. Can't wait for this illness to leave me. Now, did I mention to Kyle that I want to start finishing at 5? I'm not sure that I did. I want to start finishing. Oh, she's very, very talented. She's amazing. She's one of my favourite 2D artists. She's definitely up there. She's at least top 5. Yeah, she's quite similar to Loish. I noticed that. I think there's a bit of inspiration there. What was that song? Let me have a look. It was called The Girl Stormbank Remix. Hellberg. Hello. Everything worth learning is difficult. What's better for sure, 3D Workstation, Sketchfab, or both? Well, I mean, it depends really. I never use Sketchfab because I don't create real-time models, and I don't like how my models turn out in real time, which Sketchfab, I mean, like obviously everything on Sketchfab is rendered in real time. Whereas on ArtStation you can obviously pre-render everything. I'd say also ArtStation's a lot more popular if you're looking for exposure. Do not know where to start. Start at ZBrush. ZBrush Z Classroom, sorry. That's ZBrush's like tutorials. I also do tutorials on my YouTube channel, but they're less for beginners, more for someone who's kind of got to grips with the software a bit already. There's going to be a lot of backwards and forwards with this hair, which I don't mind. Quite like it. Okay, man, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Yeah, it is a pretty bad cough. I apologise for coughing all the way through the stream. I just mentioned then, yeah, Z Classroom on the Pixelogic website is a good place to start. Oh, you use them together, do you? I suppose that's a sensible idea. If you're wondering how I put the reference here, I used Spotlight. So texture, import, then add to Spotlight. Make sure Spotlight projection is turned off though. Speaking of hands, oh, cannot forget. In fact, seeing as this part of the neck isn't going to be seen, I might not even bother connecting these two together because, hey, I quite like a hair like this actually. Let's leave it like that. Oh, but then I'd have to sculpt an ear. No, I can't have that. Can't be sculpting ears. Not on my watch. Oh. I'm definitely not gonna watch the playback of this stream. The coughing must be horrible. Right, I need to get the hairbrush out, but it's a little bit late in the day to start with that, I think, so I might make her less naked. The body isn't as terrible when it's posed as I thought it was, so I think I'm just gonna sort of leave it as it is. No, this topology needs... Damn it. Oh yeah. got pretty she does usually just pretty thick fingers. Siren. When do you know when to stop using Dynamesh? I don't know really, because I don't use Dynamesh. Just whenever I guess whenever your topology's like fighting against you. I do use Dynamesh, but I spend very, very little time in it. This top's gonna need quite a bit of work on the underlying body as well, because these boobs don't look like boobs. But they are going to be hidden, so I'm trying to just get them looking as close as I can and then do the rest with the t-shirt mesh, to be honest. Right, what colour hair we're gonna give her? Wow. Let me look in my... I save a lot of a lot of stuff on Instagram. Mike Black Studio, I'm glad I could be of some help. Probably can't do pink hair again. I think I've exhausted the pink hair now. It's gonna be a light coloured though, because, well, it doesn't have to be, but blonde, yeah, it probably will be blonde. Oh, maybe ginger. Maybe strawberry blonde. Did I do a cough dab? Okay, Ricardo, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I'll be finishing soon anyway. I think it's gonna be blonde, with baby blue tips. Something like this. I think actually maybe ginger, because orange works really well with blue, so maybe I'll make it like an orangey blonde. We'll see. Oh yeah, that's a good point. She is ginger. Maybe that's the key. I want it to be really pastel colours. That's something you're going to be seeing a lot in my work in future, I think. Really like this, the soft pastel. I'm just messing about now, by the way. I'm about to leave, so. Where do I render my models? Right here in ZBrush, baby. Right, I should introduce who's coming up next on the old Pixelogic stream. No! Didn't mean to delete that. Hey, we haven't had one crash the entire stream. Just noticed. I'd noticed that because usually when I say no, it's because we have crashed. Oh well, it won't take me long to redo that anyway. Yeah, no, you can't. Materials are renderer specific. She's not got a top on now. It's a bit awkward. It's a bit uncomfortable. Right, well that'll do. Now she's got nothing on. Hello Kyle, how's it going? Oh, you've caught me just as I was accidentally revealing naked women on the stream. This is not what the stream's been about. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah. Everyone go and follow Cyrene. Although you probably already do. I've seen how many followers she's got. Okay, up next on the Pixelogic stream. Ist. Oh, Anna Carolina. Oh, Carolina. I'm not sure how you pronounce, but she will be on today sculpting. She'll be doing sculpting, VR, and positivity. See, that's what you don't get from my stream, is the positivity part. And she'll be on at 6 PM PST at twitch.tv/Pixelogic. Excuse me. Man, there's It's quite a lot that needs changing, actually. I know I say this every week at this point. I always feel like I'm making good progress, and then right at the end I stand back and realise oh, sorry again. I will be streaming again tonight. I'm not sure what time. Maybe 11 PM UK time. Not to Pixelogic, obviously. Just to my Twitch and my YouTube channel. I won't be talking again, if you saw it last week. But I will be sculpting. So, thank you all for coming along. It's been a fun stream. No, don't follow my channel. I never stream to it. Follow a YouTube channel. I did sculpt this body, but for a different character, and I just brought it in. So kind of had an existing body, but one that I made pretty recently. Right. I hope you all have a good weekend. And I'll see you next week, I believe. Yep, that's everything. Hopefully I won't cough all the way through the stream next time. And goodbye.